Is your community struggling with how best to approach recovery efforts here post-pandemic? As somebody that works in the community economic development field, let me assure you, you're not alone. My name is Ryan Pesch. I'm an extension educator with the University of Minnesota, and I'm here to share with you a resource that we have available for all 87 counties of Minnesota called a retail trade analysis. And it's really a scorecard that helps you get a sense about the strength of your community's retail and service sector so that you can better prioritize recovery efforts. What we often hear from communities is, I don't really have a good sense to start. How important are these types of businesses to our overall economy? Well, questions like these we can begin to answer by using the retail trade analysis reports. And certainly a county's economy is a lot more than retail and service sectors. But when we consider some of the effects of the pandemic, certainly these are the types of businesses that have been very affected that line our Main Street and are certainly deserving of our attention. This report will give you a sense about where up and down Main Street you should focus your attention and maybe how worried you should be. A great place to start is to see where you were pre-pandemic, and we can do that here with these reports, which are available to download on this webpage down below. I will say in terms of the validity of this report, these are based on state sales tax data. So this is very good and reliable data. This is data that is reported by your businesses in your county and to the state Department of Revenue. And we use that data to do this analysis. It's a 12-page report that covers all 87 counties, although we can generate reports for communities of a certain size. You just need to inquire. Just a quick preview of this, and in terms of what you're looking for and how you're trying to read it, you will see data in this report that gives you an overall trend about the strength of your retail and service sector. Again, this doesn't tell you how strong your overall economy is. You might have a very strong manufacturing sector and a very weak retail sector. That's fine. This just focuses on those retail and service businesses. You will see trends about the strength of the retail and service sector and measurements like the pull factor that we put in this report so that you get a sense about whether you have been pulling traffic in or if you've been losing traffic to other nearby communities. But when it comes to recovery, I think the most important part that you'll want to focus in on in this report is the taxable sales by category and the number of establishments by category. Things are not just lumped in one great big chunk, but we disaggregate it by NAICS codes and the different retail and service categories that are found in all Minnesota counties, and you can see in your report. One framing that I like in terms of figuring out, which types of businesses have been affected by the pandemic and pandemic measures is this term called the nesting economy. It's kind of like a pregnant mother who's nesting. And there's certainly have been some types of businesses that have done well through the pandemic. And we'll put these here with green air, such as building materials. A lot of people doing a lot of building projects around their home as they've been home. Grocery and liquor stores that are also in this subcategory have also done quite well as general merchandise stores such as dollar stores, big box general merchandise stores that carry a large mix of products. This is in comparison to some of the more in danger subcategories like food service and accommodations, which certainly have been harder hit during this pandemic. And this report gives you a sense about the relative importance of each of those categories. You'll be able to see the number of firms that are in each of these subcategories and what total percent of sales is represented for each of those categories. And you also get a trend line for each of these categories. Again, up to 2018, here we have data for the last 10 years, the pull factors for the last 10 years for each of these subcategories. And you can see how they've been performing up until the pandemic and pre-pandemic. But again, a good sense about where your community was and the importance of these types of businesses before. Hey, and if for no other reason, you might want to check out this report just to spy on the neighbors. We do put in a comparison of your county's retail service sector compared to other neighboring counties. So if you just want to see how the neighbors are doing, it's worth downloading and checking out alone. So those of us here at Extension really do want to help you and your community throughout your recovery efforts and help recover from this pandemic. We have a number of tools and resources at our disposal in economic development generally and retail market analysis specifically. You'll find those at that website. You also have my contact information here. I'm happy to connect you to those resources or connect you with my other colleagues from one end of the state to the other. So with that, please check out your retail trade analysis report, and please get a hold of us and let us know how we can assist you in your recovery efforts. Thank you.